Hello guys, so Theme Park Shows here. We're here for Scarefest and we just arrived into Tower Street. Theming looks amazing, it looks really good. So we'll be here till 9 o'clock. Park closed today for Scarefest. So the opening hours are 10 till 9 with the staggered ride openings, which have been brought back to Scarefest. And Tower Street looks really amazing. I've just put some footage in. The hearse is back, I'll get some more footage of that. But no, we're looking forward to it today. It should be good day, looking forward to the compound, Altonville Mine Tools, Tiny Revenge, also exploring for the first time Trick or Treat Town, Haribo, Amigos in the Afterlife, and then also looking forward to night rides on Nemesis and Wicker Man. So yeah, this is the start of the vlog. So I've just come off Nemesis Reborn from first ride of the day. I had row 7 on the far right seat. It was very good. Operations were a bit slow because it's on one train, which is annoying. It's on reduced capacity, so it's only one train. But it was, for the morning, it was good on back row. I haven't done near the back rows yet, so to do that was quite good. And yeah, for the morning, it was quite intense. That was a good start to the day, so I think we're going to head over to Curse now.
Grounds of the house. No old ghost story could haunt your judgment.
So we're just going for a ride on Curse now. We'll share our off-ride thoughts when we get off. Alex, I've just come off the Curse. It was quite good. A lot of the effects were working, apart from the tunnel, which seems to be plagued and never seems to work, which is a bit of a shame. Don't worry, I'm not scared to see if an actor was coming past. It's the only area in the park with Roman actors. But it was a good ride. The smells and immersion in there is really good, what they create. I love the lighting. It's just a shame the tunnel's not worked, because I think last time we came in August it still wasn't working then. And it was working then, but I've heard it's not worked since. But I thought the ride overall was quite good. I seen, this might just be me, but I think I heard a new bit of audio where it was talking about Emily Alton at the end saying, "I've not finished playing with you yet." I don't know if that's a new piece of audio, but I thought that's quite a cool way to end the ride. But yeah, good ride on the Curse. Hopefully we can get the trommel tunnel working, but a nice second ride of the day. Hello, so I've just come off my first ever ride on Hex and it was very good. All the effects were working. Well, I don't know what wouldn't work, but it was very good. The disorientating, the actual ride scene was so good. I loved it. It felt like you were going upside down, but obviously it doesn't. It's just disorientation that messes with your brain, but it was really good. And the pre-shows were good. The only kind of criticism I have is I think when you go through the double doors to go in, you kind of, the TV screens aren't playing. I don't know whether that's meant to happen or not, but there was just not much going on there. But you went into 2 more pre-shows, and the third pre-show where you had the generator, that was amazing. The sparks, they were really cool. And also I've seen people's criticism of the calling it a disco vault inside the ride scene, and I kind of get where it comes from. It doesn't quite make sense, but I don't think it ruins the ride. I think it's not the best choice. Like, they could have just left it and maybe put some, like, not bright lights, but maybe just some like white lights, but not like the disco lights. Maybe just some dark lights, maybe like a darker blue or black. But I can kind of see maybe why some people think it's ruined, because when they did it in the past it was better, but I thought it was quite good. The disco wasn't as bad as what, not people are making up, but I don't think it's as bad as maybe what I've heard. Don't get me wrong, it's not amazing, it's not the best, it doesn't look great, but it's not that bad. So I've really enjoyed my first ride on Hex. I'm sure I'll be having another ride today or at least tomorrow. So in an hour or so, we'll be doing Amigos in the Afterlife first, which is the new family walkthrough, but we'll get more into that later. So I think now we're going to head on to 13 as Reed's closed, which I wouldn't be doing anyway. So yeah, we'll see you before we go on 13. Hello, so our ride on 13 is not happening now, as not only in Forbidden Forest is both rides, not Forbidden Forest, not Harry Potter, in Dark Forest, not only is Rita closed, 13's closed. So no rides open in Dark Forest, which isn't great, especially on a busy day like Scarefest today. So I think we're going to head over to X Sector. Oblivion's on an hour, which isn't terrible, not great. And Smile's on 2 hours, so I think we're going to do a single rider again. We've still got an hour and a little bit until Trick or Treat Town and Amigos and the Afterlife open. So yeah, not great that both rides are closed, but oh well. So I've just come off a front row ride in Smiley, which was actually, I enjoyed Smiley. Everyone's usually I find it quite rough and it's not a nice experience. Sometimes I've done row 4, far right corner, and it was absolutely unbearable. I just wanted to get off so much, but for once I actually enjoyed it today. The sunshine was very nice, and on the front row it's really good. There's elements that I don't like as well, like the station doesn't play with my walls, it's just a bit boring, but on the front row it was good. There was a couple of versions where the what's it called, I'm speaking again, I always say that in videos. There was a couple of versions where the over-the-shoulder restraints kind of digging into your thighs, but you know, it was alright. I enjoyed it for once today, which is good. So we're heading off to Amigos in the Afterlife now, which will be our first scare attraction, which can be bought in a Spooks and Frights combi, which is 40 for pass holders and 50 for non-pass holders, or you can do it as a Spooks Duo, which is 12 for pass holders and £15 for non-pass holders in the Spooks Duo, where you also get Trick or Treat Town. But yeah, just to wrap up, Smiler, enjoyable today, I enjoyed it for once, which is great. And then yeah, good. Our first scare attraction in the afternoon, Amigos in the Afterlife. It was quite cool. So some sections were a bit bland, lack of feeling with the band core, but some bits were nice and colourful. One thing I noticed was the actors were wearing sunglasses to add right on the line. I liked I thought the ending was quite cool with the water spray. The actors were really good. And the song of Barry's Little Wormy was also basically very catchy. So I think it's an interesting choice. I would have spent longer actually. Working on that because I know it's been closed since July 3rd or July 4th, but I thought some parts seemed like they've been looked over, like those elements of blank walls, but I thought the actors kind of made up for it, but I think I've definitely got enough to do, but there were elements that were quite good, such as the actors, they were really giving it, making it really enjoyable for the guests. I mean that's was more targeted towards not someone like me, a teenager, but I just felt sometimes the lack of feeling let it down in places, like there was just areas of blank walls and areas that weren't the best, but I thought overall it was a nice addition, nice to have something new. So yeah, on to Trick or Treat Town with Haribo, which I've heard has got some of the best theming in the park, so I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully get lots of treats. So I've just come out to Trick or Treat Town with Haribo. Very good theme. There's a water fountain section which I thought was quite cool. There's lots of sweets. I've heard in past years that guests haven't got much sweets, which isn't great value for money, but it seems to me I've got loads of sweets, which is great. Yeah, theming was better than Amigos in the Afterlife. I'd say out of the two family attractions, that's probably the better one. Only because better theming, and whilst it wasn't as long, I just think the better overall Halloween event. Actor level I'd say is quite similar. Maybe giving it a tiny bit scary, because there was not a jump scare, but kind of like a couple of sections where they kind of make a little kid, not like jump, but kind of just like a bit, ooh. But that was quite good. So also what I forgot to mention in Amigos Afterlife, one of my favourite sections was the scene with the band where we're singing Barry's Little Lonely. He's also very squirmy, and I thought the resting scene was quite fun as well. There was a lot of UV paint in there, which isn't great, but like I mentioned before, not a lot of theming in Amigos in the Afterlife. I feel like there was one section where it was just flashing lights and the walls were just blank, and there was some Mexican Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos kind of bunting, and there was just blank walls at the side, so that wasn't great. But that's the first two family attractions done. We'll have to keep this past for now, and then I think we're going to start off with Dash Games Panic, which opens at 3 o'clock. Then we're going to do Altonville Mindful Times Revenge, the Attic, and then I've got 2 runs of Compound booked, so that'll be interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and see you in a little bit after lunch. Hello guys, welcome back to the vlog. So just had pizza and pasta, it was very delicious, and now we're heading into the Attic Tower of the Towers for my 3rd year in a row doing it. I quite enjoy this maze. It's just yeah, some people complain about it being here a bit long, but like I said to my dad before, it's not too bad because I've done it 3 years now. It's a good maze, good themed. I just hope there's more actors, because I had a good run through last year where there wasn't many actors, but then at the same time, it was just me and Mananga around, but the issue with that is, well, it was great, but there were no actors, so it wasn't good. Like, if there were actors, it could have been amazing. So yeah, see you when we come out of Attic, and I'll give you an overview of it. So I've just come out of the Attic Tower of the Towers, and it was better than last year, I suppose. There was more actors. There was elements where you just see an actor, and you could literally see them just staring at you. So there's gonna be no jump scare there, because I can literally see it standing right in front of me. I don't remember the finale. I thought the finale was a bit better. There was a couple more actors. I'd say there was about 7 or 8 actors in, which is okay, I suppose, but some of the actors, we got sent a big group of 13, and I was at the back, which wasn't great. So to be instances where you just walk past the actor and they wouldn't scare you, so that wasn't great. So I'd say about I got 3 good jump scares. I mean, I get jump scared easily, so maybe that's not the best, but I found it okay. I'd like to see maybe something different next year. I don't know, I just thought maybe it's a little bit weak. Like there's certain instances where maybe they could improve the batch, and so there's less actors, not less actors, so there's less people. Like the people to actor ratio is just totally off. There's like way more people than actors, which I know is like a common occurrence, but like it's a massive ratio difference. But no, I thought it was. I'm a bit a lie and say it was amazing. It wasn't. It was good. It was okay. Probably the weaker out of the 3 good mazes, because I think Daz is just rubbish. I'm yet to try, but I've heard it's the same, so we'll have to see how Daz Games is. But I thought the Attic was alright. Not the most scariest of mazes. I think Compound and Altonville are definitely more scary. I think even Burial Grounds is maybe not more scary, but I think it's better. But yeah, to sum up, it was good. I'd give it 6 out of 10. It was the only weaknesses. The theming was great. The theming was 10 out of 10, but there was just instances where the actors would just walk past you, and or you just walk past the actors and they won't scare you. Or I saw one thing where there's like this robe and you could see the actors there, so that wasn't thought out well. And also there was instances where the actors would stare at you, so I didn't have a scare meant to be achieved at that, but no, I thought it was okay. Not the most scariest of mazes like some people say, but people have their own opinion, that's fine. But yeah, on to Altonville Mine Towards Time's Revenge, which was my favourite maze last year. So I've just come out of not Compound, I'm doing that later. Just come out of Altonville Mine Towards Time's Revenge, and I'll be blunt, it was not scary at all. I walked through and I had about one jump scare the whole time. We got put in a massive group again of about 13 people, and it was just too large of a group. So there was that many people that the actors would scare the people at the front or towards the back, and then they'd go back into their little shelter because they just have to let everyone pass because there's that many people in. And it's just disappointing because the mazes have massive potential, but there's just too many people in that maze. 13 people single file is a joke, honestly. There's just, I wouldn't say lack of actors, I'd say I saw about 9 or 10 actors, which is, yeah, it's alright. It's okay. But there was just too many people for the actors, because the actors would scare some people like at the front to the back. I was about the 5th person in, so I was kind of in the middle, although at the start, because how big the group was. Around halfway. And just before halfway, and then because of how many people there were, the actors would scare the people at the front to the back, like I said, and then just not attack, and then they just go back into their shelter to wait for the next group of people because there was just too many people. So I think it's something they really need to sort out, which is batching. It's very bad at Alton Towers. I feel like they've oversold it, so they have to do it in big groups. So maybe if they even made Scarefest longer, or they just reduced the amount of tickets they sold, because that was my favourite maze last year, and I found that quite disappointing, to be honest. I thought Attic was better. There was just one jump scare and that's it. I just feel like, it's a waste of money so far. Doing Daz Games next, I'm not expecting anything off this. That just leaves Compound. If Compound I think will save, I think Compound will be good. It's meant to be scary, but the other mazes are just not scary. No. I watched your experience guide vlog and I totally understand what he said about the batching and just the lack of scares. It's apparent. If you go, yeah, you'll notice it. So, time to do Daz Games Planet Reloaded, which is apparently new for 2024, which I'll have to judge, but judging my other people's vlogs, I don't think this will be themed again or new. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So it's time for Daz Games Planet now, so hopefully this will be good, and I'll see you when I come outside the race. Hello guys, so I've just come out of Daz Games Planet Reloaded, and it was the exact same as last year. Zero theming, you can just see fences, either they're covered in cloth, or you can just see the fence in their original state. There's about 40 people in there. Actors giving it a good go in a room with no theming, in like a tent. Which I don't mind mazing being a tent, but at least make some effort with theming, and there's no effort with theming there at all. People just keep bumping into other guests because the maze isn't short, but there's that many people in there, they just keep bumping into each other. The actors have a very tough job trying to scare people because of, one, how many people there are, and two, just how easy it is to get lost. The flashing lights are good, but that's the most scary thing. It's not even, again, that wasn't very scary. I just done the feedback and I rated the scare factor 2 out of 10, which just shows how unscary it is. It was awful. Hopefully it goes. The Invitation, which was equally as awful, if not worse. Yep, somehow worse. I don't know if you can get worse than that. But yeah, we're off to Compound now, and hopefully this gets the Invitation treatment and it doesn't come back next year. So at the moment I'd get rid of all the mazes so far, I think. The Attic, the best maze has been the Attic, and that was okay. It wasn't even that good. Like, there was just too many people in there again. So I think this year Scarefest is just oversold with Scarefest tickets, which means they have to batch people in large groups because they've oversold. So yeah, I don't think it's the actual people on the gate's fault. It's just there's that many people to get through for a certain time slot, or before the maze is closed at I think 9 o'clock. They just have to send people in big batches. But no, that was quite disappointing again. I'd say it was probably worse than last year, somehow, or maybe just as bad, I don't know. I remember it, but that was awful. Hopefully Compound saved the event, but I'm not too sure. I think Scarefest is a very weak event this year, but hopefully Compound's better. So I'll let you know my review after I've come out. Hello, so I've just gone through Compound. That was absolutely brilliant. Best maze of the fall. Best maze by far out of the fall. The actors in there were going for it. The tasers were amazing. The filming was great. You went into the prison detention centre. That was awesome. The actors were just absolutely on it. They were just amazing. Best maze there by far. Theming was great. Felt you in the fan facility, very immersive. That is the best maze, best new maze they've ever done. Since I've been coming in, out of all the new mazes they've done, that's by far the best. It's such a good maze. I know some people have had a bad run through and that's unfortunate, but if you have a great run through, that was amazing. Just the actors getting dragged through, the tasers, I thought the tasers were brilliant. There was an actor who scared me 3 times. I got jump scared so much. I was going through it on my own for a lot of it, and it was just what a maze. More stuff like that for the Alton Towers, that was incredible. So now we're going on for a night ride on Heavy, which is going to be brilliant. I can't wait to go on it. Lighting gone past curves looks amazing, so I'm sure this night ride's going to be amazing, especially with the waterfalls, which the waterfalls don't go red like blood, but waterfalls, the lighting on the waterfalls makes the effect that it's blood, which fits in the Nemesis theme. Got monorail going past as usual. But no, Compound's a brilliant maze, and I'll be doing that again later, just once. I think the queue's around half an hour now, so I'm going to give it a miss for now, with a second go, because I booked it on the Combi, Spooks and Frights Combi pass holder, and then there's an individual for 12, because I forgot about Melon Pass discount, for, I believe it's around £9.60, but yeah, Compound was a brilliant maze, the tasers were great, theming and amazing, like I said, the actors scared me like 3 times, so that was a very good maze. And I was getting a bit annoyed with Scarefest, because the 3 mazes I've done, the attic had been mediocre, it'd been okay, 6 out of 10. The other 2 was literally like a 1 out of 10, maybe 0. Well, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. But yeah, so far Compound's the best, Daz Games 4th, Attic 2nd, and Altonville 3rd. Disappointed Altonville 9 to return event, because I usually really enjoy it. It's one of my favourite maze last year, but this year it's just not batching too much. But no, Compound was great. Now for that ride in Nemi. See you there. Hello guys, so I've just come off back road, 4th row ride on the far left on Nemi Reborn at night, and that was incredible. Lighting amazing, the intensity was so good. We're into the downward helix. This one now is just so good. It's great in daylight, don't get me wrong, but night time is a different level. It was so good, so immersive, and it's back on 2 trains now, which is great. So the queue's down to 50 minutes now. So yeah, maybe guests time to go home. But the queue is definitely going down, so I think we're heading back to I'm having another run through of Compound. That was great fun. And yeah, and then we'll be going now, mate. It was always my favourite coaster, but it's definitely my favourite at night time. We've got Wicker Man to enjoy at night time, Burial Ground, so that's really good. I think it's just going 6:30, so we still got a couple of hours, which is good. But yeah, it's Scarefest at night is just amazing. That nighttime ride was so amazing.
Feed the flames.
Sparks Estates welcomes you to the Alton House auction of Alton Manor, a property of famed repute. I'm sure you will agree, despite the dilapidated condition, the manor is a wonderful investment.
Hello, so we're at the park now and I thought I'd wrap up the vlog, so we're in the Premier Inn, because we're staying over at Alton Towers for a second day, or not the full day, but a day and a half, so I had another run through a compound, it was really good. Went through a kitchen sink, so I was crawling around on the floor for like 10 minutes, that was really good. Had 2 run throughs the compound, and there was less actors. I felt like it was scary this year. That might be due to the fact that when I did it, it was half in because it was raining, everyone had gone. So it was literally just us and the actors, pretty much apart from like 5 other people. But everyone kind of split off, so it was like just me and my dad going round, so... Oh, sorry, just tired. Been a long day. The Alton Towers about 9 hours. We've been back about an hour-ish, or 40 minutes, half an hour. So, so that's disgusting me doing that with me. So yeah, compound's definitely the best maze. And I'd say the attic, which surprised me being second, but Altonville would have been there, but it was so disappointing. But I understand it could have been better with a better run through. And the reason it was probably worse was because it was a lot busier this time around, with it being closer to half term. It starts tomorrow, so obviously adults and parents don't have to worry about work or school the next day because they'll probably be off for half term. Yeah, I was really disappointed. I was really looking forward to it. Just no jump scares, like I said, because of the batches in the group. I think about 13 people, single file. The actors it's not the actors' fault. It's the people who were selling the tickets, and it's not even the people who are batching the groups together. It's the people who are the ticket organisers, like the people on Towers who are organising ticket sales, because the actors have to batch them in big groups to get through everyone because of how many people are doing the mazes. So I feel like if they were to fix the issue, they need to sell less tickets, because it's not the ticket officer's fault, or no, not the ticket officers, the batchers group outside the maze who batches you into the maze. It's not their fault, because they just have to do it to get everyone in, because obviously there's going to be a lot of complaint gets if not getting them in the mazes, which is fair enough. And it's not the actors' fault, because they can scare so many people. They can't scare 13 people in a row. But maybe they could look at scaring multiple people rather than maybe like one individual. But again, that's not the actors' fault. There should be less people in the mazes, but that's down to Alton Towers to fix. Not the actors, not the batchers. Like I said, the batchers only do it in big groups. Not because they're the fun police and they want people to have a good time in the mazes, but because there's that many people they have to get through, they just have to send them in big groups, otherwise they won't get through everyone. Because you'll get everyone doing the combi tickets, or at least the fright combi, so you'll have thousands of people doing that each night. So yeah, I felt the actors were really good. I felt they were let down by the ticket organisers. I think they've not ruined it, but they've ruined some mazes by how many people they've sold tickets to. I think the event's so oversold. I think ride queue times weren't terrible. Nemesis was back on 2 trains, which was great, so we managed to have a nighttime ride on that, and like I discussed earlier in the vlog, that was incredible. We also did Night Ride and Wicker Man, and that was incredible as well. You couldn't see where you were going at all, and the flames, the lighting, it was really good. Same with Burial Grounds, lighting was the exact same. It was the exact same, just with less actors, but it might be due to it being 8:30 at night, but we got some really good personal scares, close scares, which was good. So yeah, it's just a shame about Altonville, because I was really excited for that, and it just disappointed because there was just no jump scares, and it wasn't the actors' fault, like I said before. I know I'm going on, but it's just because there's that many people in the maze at once, the actors can't scare everyone, so they just have to come back and wait for the next group. So it's only really the people at the front who get scared, and in a big group it's unlikely you're going to get you're going to end up at the front because there's that many people. 13 in the maze, that's just crazy. I think if I was doing it, the maximum I'd have is about 8. But yeah, so to rank the attractions, I'd say Compound first, that was brilliant. Theming great, storytelling great, immersion quite good. One of the actors looked like a Stranger Things character, which is a bit interesting. Which, I don't know, it looked like you could buy it off Amazon for like 20 quid, but did the job, I suppose. My favourite part was probably crawling for the kitchen sink and the tasers. I've never seen that in a maze, it's so cool. I remember watching Pink Bottled Wide vlog, and they mentioned about the tasers, and I thought, oh, that's a bit interesting. And yeah, I didn't go through all the rooms. I went through a similar route on the second time, but obviously on the first time I didn't get to the kitchen sink, but I got to it on the second run through, so it was nice to do a bit of different. But there's so many rooms, I'd love to experience them all. I think definitely, if I lived, obviously I live in Liverpool, but if I lived nearby in, say, such as Alton Towers, I'd probably look at getting a lanyard just to do Compound, because there's so many mazes, and like I was saying to my dad before, it's similar to survival games, but it's so much better because there's actually immersion created where you feel like you're in a phalanx facility. Whereas survival games, you just feel like you're in some sort of game, and there's no theming. Whereas in Compound, there's theming, there's immersion, there's good lighting. Whereas in survival games, it's just pitch black a lot of the time, or very little lighting. Also, you've got lots more actors in Compound and survival games. There's a nice level of touch, like it's not absolute like manhandling, like pinning you against the wall, but there's a nice amount of touching. Not that sounds a bit weird, but it was a good level. Like they just like grab you and kind of like take you to another direction, which is what I experienced in survival games. But I've heard some people got in survival games, you kind of got like absolutely manhandled, but in survival games and Compound, it was both where you just like pushed. I'd say in Compound it felt a little bit more intense, which is a bit crazy, but I'm comparing a run through from last year. It might be different this year, but I've heard it's toned down a little bit, which is good, based off guest feedback and forth. But anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, Compound was good. They were really like pushing you in like a certain direction, like there was no option, like right in you go. And then there was the strobes, which were good. The strobes were, obviously they're in your face because it's like really strobes like that, but it was like blinding. It was a good level. But yeah, not annoyed me, what kind of disappointed me as well was Daz Games. I just thought it was rubbish again. You know, there's no theming, it's just metal fences. Here and there they've actually bothered to put some black cloth over it. It doesn't look any better. There's that many people in the maze, there's about 40 people, which I know I'm only about 13 people being in the maze, but this is a lot bigger, but there's still too many people. There should be about 30 at the maximum, because all the guests just keep bumping into the other guests, so it's very hard for the actors to scare, and if the actors just have nothing to work with, it's just an empty room with no theming. Even getting the symbols isn't even that fun. Like, I don't understand how people are saying it's 10 out of 10, it's the best main thing. Like, I just don't get the hype for it. There's no theming, no story, there's storytelling, but it's a bit weird, it's a bit weak. There's no immersion created. It's just not scary. I'd say in all the mazes, the most I got scared was Compound, and I wasn't like terrified at my wits then. So I'd say if they can make Compound a tiny bit scary, that'd be good. I think for Daz Games, Lost Cause, no, get rid of it. Do what they did with the Invitation, get rid of it after 2 years, I'd be happy. The Attic, yeah, it was alright. And then Altonville, time to go. I've done it 3 years in a row and I feel like Challenge Revenge is a bit weaker, I don't know. But at the same time, the finale, maybe it's better. But it just annoys me because you see the potential, because it's such a good theme maze and you see where the actors can get you. But like I said before, because there's that many actors in there, they can't scare because they have to go back into their little hiding shelter because they have to just wait for the next group because you can't scare 13 people at once, that's impossible. So what needs to improve for next year is, I'd say, more scare zones. I'd love one in Haunted Hollow for the Curse and a Ministry of Joy one where the food stalls are. I think it's just a wasted area. There's got to be somewhere else you can put the food stalls. Maybe near Oblivion or something. Imagine in the queue. But I'd say get rid of the Attic, get rid of Daz Games, get rid of Mine Tours. Put in the new maze, themed 13, which is former site Darkest Depths. Keep Compound, and I'd have just a third maze. Theme it to like I don't know, maybe like a. So as I was just saying, put a scare zone by Haunted Hollow, a scare zone by Ministry of Joy, a Ministry of Joy scare zone, themed to the smile near where the food stalls are. Keep Burial Ground, so you got 3 scare zones, and then the 3 mazes for next year. For a 13 maze, maybe reusing small props, but not copying from the Attic, but they could reuse some maybe concept ideas or stuff like that. So have that theme to 13 where Darkest Depths is, because they've got the building there, they just need to kit it out. Keep Compounders, make it a tiny bit more intense, and it'll be really, really good. I never got to do Subspecies, but I heard it's kind of a weakened version of it, which is a bit of a shame, but I can't compare it. And the third maze, I don't know what I'd do, maybe not a Haunted Manor, because that's very similar to Curse Water Manor. And if there was to do a Scare Zone in Haunted Hollow, maybe like the after party, and it shows you the guests sort of deceased, and I think that'd be quite cool. Maybe the Scare Zone's called The Great Party after 12, because that's when the lightning struck and the guests died, so maybe you saw the guests kind of walking away from the manor and sort of into the dead of the night, and they're kind of deceased and also zombie-like. It shows you the damage that happened, because that's something you don't really get to see in the ride. And then the last scare maze, I don't know what I'd do, but hopefully Alton Towers can do something, although probably it'll just be the same lineup as next year, and Daz Games will probably be called Daz Games Panic Reloaded again, and that's new for 2024, because it's had a new fence for some black cloth on. I don't see how the maze is classed as new for 2024, because it's just the exact same. So I don't get it. I feel like not calling people, but it kind of feels like something maybe similar to that, because they're advertising it as new when it's not. So it encourages people to buy it because they're going, oh, this is new, but no, it's just the exact same. Well, new thing for 2024 is a maze. Well, not a maze, but one thing new for 2024. I can't speak today. Again, I always say this in my videos. New for 2024 on Daz Games Panic Reloaded is a fence with black cloth over it. How amazing. But no, I don't know what the third maze I'd do. Maybe like a clown maze, maybe. I feel that'd be quite cool. Similar to something like, I never got to do Big Top, or I think it was Carnival Screams at Alton Towers, something like that would be cool. Yeah, I can't think of any other areas that would have a dark theme. And then for family stuff, keep Trick or Treat Town and Monster Ball, and that's it. I feel like considering how family friendly the park's going, I could sort of see there'll be less stuff, but what they could do with the Curse at Alton Manor Scare Zone in the Haunted Hollow is they could have it to accommodate for families and guests. families and adults, they could have it similar to what they do at the vampire themed scare zone at Chessington. So it's from 10 till 3 or from 12 till 4. It's family friendly, it's toned down, but then from 4:30 till 9:30, it's intense, it's 12 plus, and yeah, I felt that's how they accommodate to family guests, because the Curse of Alton Manor is 7 plus the ride, so it could easily be an 8 plus during the day, but then 4:30 when kids start to leave and families make it into an intense scare zone. You've got actors running around everywhere, deceased, showing what happened to the people after the great party. But yeah, that's Scarefest 2024. Probably won't be doing a second vlog tomorrow because we're not there that long, but we might do, depending on how the day goes. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.